Welcome back to Dragon Quest III. In the previous episode, I arrived at Portuga, receiving a request from its king to find the black pepper of the east. A merchant in Baharata could sell it to me, but his daughter was taken by bandits, so I had to rescue her first. With pepper in hand, I returned to Portuga, receiving a ship as a reward. With this ship, I explored the continent, finding many towns, receiving a hint from a shrine that I could get unrestricted travel if I were to collect 6 orbs that have been scattered around the world. So let's get to it. I set sail from around Japan and start circumnavigating the continent to the east, starting from the north, finding a grass tile in the middle of forest. New enemies found around here include blue beaks, enemies with double attacks that can cast infernos, and big horns, strong enemies that spew sweet breath. I entered the grass tile, finding lightly developed land. An old man here wants to build a town here, wanting some merchants to start business here. I returned to Alyahan, registering a merchant at Louisa's place, replacing Theron with him. I then sail west of Edgin Bear as the fastest way to reach the empty plot, dropping Oranos the merchant here. I return to Alyahan to get back Theron. Now that Oranos has set up shop, he will sell medical herbs and leather helmets. I then continue my circumnavigation of the new continent, entering a river system that takes me to a new town, Sul. New enemies that can be found around the town include venom zombies. They can poison with their attacks or toxic breath. They might even call for voodoo shamans. Speaking of which, the voodoo shamans are enemies capable of defending themselves and casting Heal More, Rob Magic and Vivify. This last one will revive other fallen enemies. They can also call for Horks. And finally, the Rangers. They attack twice, although usually their first action is a waste. They can cast Heal More and Chaos. The town of Su has facilities that include an inn, an item shop that sells herbs, water, wings and powder, and a weapon shop that sells cypress sticks, clubs, poison needles, thorn whips, clothes, flashy clothes, and fighting suits. A lady here says that the echoing flute is in a tower. A kid knows that the flute echoes if an orb is nearby. An old man tells of the island of Greenland, which is to the north. There's even a talking horse named Ed. He knows that the Vase of Drought should be used on the ocean's shoals. I then grind a bit outside. Viron reaches level 18, learning the defense spell to reduce the defense stat of all enemies. Theron also reaches level 18, learning the X-ray spell. It allows me to check chests for mimics. Then I sail north, towards the island of Greenland. New enemies found on this island include Glacier Bashers. They blow both Sweet Breath and Cold Breath, and Snow Dragons. Double attackers, they can also blow Cold Breath. I find a grass tile in the middle of the ice. After a long walk north, I find a house where an old man knows of the Staff of Change. The king of Samanau apparently has it. I return to Muor, sailing east to the new continent, and navigating southward, finding a tower. A new enemy I can find around here is the Metal Babel. It shares the Metal Slime's humongous defense, but its HP isn't much higher. It can cast Fireball, and drops an amazing amount of experience. Inside the tower meanwhile, I can find lethal armor, bulky enemies that cast defense, and eliminators, strong enemies capable of critical hits, and casting Stop Spell. I go north, opening many doors along the way, until I find stairs to the 2nd floor. I take the western path, leading me to the 3rd floor, then the 4th, going east, climbing up to the 5th. I walk along the tight ropes to the south. Eltanin reaches level 18, learning the Stop spell. I then open one of the western chests, getting clothes. I then fall off the tight rope towards the center, opening chests that contain 2 acorns of life, giving both to Eltanin 552 gold and the echoing flute, which allows for the location of the orbs. I continue my circumnavigation, finding a new town on the southern tip of the continent. New enemies include Kongs, pretty strong enemies. They can call on Elysium birds. Those enemies sometimes assess the situation. They can attack twice though. This town, however, is a pirate's den. A pirate here claims that an orb was a part of their spoils. Another pirate says that he saw a phantom ship. Another says that they saw it because of the sailor's thigh bone. They gave it to the old man of Greenland. I then go to the boss's room. She asks us if we're surprised she's a woman. If I say yes, she rewards my bluntness by saying that the town of Luzami is south of here. I then go around the den, pushing a boulder and searching the ground under it. It reveals stairs to an underground room with chests that contain a strength seed that I give to Eltanin, a wyvern wing, and a red orb. First orb obtained. I then sail south, finding Luzami. A man here says that the Sword of Gaia was once held by Simon. An old man says that the Archfiend lives in the mountains of Necrogon. Throwing the Sword of Gaia into the volcano is necessary to uncover the path. By examining the gravestone here, I find an intelligence seed that I give to Viron. I sail to Tedanki. Opening the cell door, the prisoner there gives me the green orb. 2nd orb obtained. Then I teleport to Lancel, buying the sledgehammer to Brindar. I open the cell door to the north to enter the shrine. The old man guides Eltanin to a test of courage he must face alone. After entering the navel of the earth, I go south, going to the northwest room, opening a chest containing 248 gold, Then I open the chest of the southeast room, getting an intelligence seed. Might as well give it to Altanin due to inventory space shortage. There are other chests here, but those are actually mimics. If I were to face those enemies, they would destroy me with their double attacks and castings of sleep, rob magic, blaze more, and beat. I continue along the south, then east, finding stairs to the second floor. From here I go east, then north, finding stairs to a room that has a single chest that contains the armor of Terra Firma, a pretty good piece of equipment for Altanin. I then climb back down, then go north, finding stairs to the third floor. Going along the north corridor, I am being constantly told to back off, but I continue, finding 2 chests at the end. They contain a medical herb and a blue orb. Third orb obtained. I then return to Lancel to fetch back my party. I teleport to Jipang, entering the nearby cave to check if I can deal with the Orochi problem here. A new enemy that can be found is the Lava Basher. This enemy can emit a strong fire breath. I go west and south. Theron reaches level 19, learning the Step Guard spell, which protects my party from floor damage. I go east, then north and east again, finding a chest that contains the Null Mask. It's the ultimate in headpieces, but it's cursed. Its wielder can't cast spells out of battle, use items, and is permanently confused. I then go back west to climb down to the second floor. I go north then east. At the end of the corridor I find the Orochi. It can attack twice, breathe fire, and has passive HP regeneration. A very tough fight. On my second attempt, I have Theron cast Increase to buff defense, Viron casts Sap to reduce the Orochi's defense, and then Surround makes his attacks miss more often. Eltanin and Brindar keep attacking, while Theron helps with Ice Bolt. After a long drawn-out fight, I defeat it, finding the Orochi's sword that I give to Altanin. Viron reaches level 20 as well, learning the Limbo spell, a single-target version of X spell that is more effective. Theron also reaches level 20, learning the Snow Blast spell, a group-target ice spell that is quite strong. The Orochi retreats through a travel door. It leads back to Himiko's chambers. She's injured. Interesting. I rest at a nearby shrine, then make my way back to Jipang, confronting Himiko. She's been Orochi this whole time. She tries to make a deal with me, but I refuse, fighting Orochi again. The strategy is much the same. This time though, I make sure to open with Altanin's sleep, while Theron now also helps with Snow Blast. After defeating it, I open the nearby chest, finding the purple orb. Fourth orb obtained. The people here are thankful for saving them from the terrible Orochi. I make use of the travel door shrine north of Su, warping to a House of Healing shrine to lands unknown. New enemies here include Tortragons, incredibly bulky enemies that emit sweet breath, grizzlies, strong attackers that can inflict critical hits, and old hags. These spellcasters use Firebane, Heal More, and Limbo. I go north, west, and south, finding the town of Samanao. While the inn and monster arena are currently operational, the shopkeepers around here are attending a funeral at the moment. Apparently the king took offense at the deceased's comments. Once I return to the town, I can now make use of facilities that include a house of healing, an item shop that sells herbs, water, wings, and powder, and a weapon shop that sells iron claws, staves of judgment, zombie slashers, dragon killers, magic armor, silver shields, and wizard's wands. I talk with the townsfolk. The king apparently executes anyone that displeases him. An old man says that the king goes to bed alone at the second floor. I also find the son of Simon. His father is apparently in a jail somewhere. I then enter Samanao Castle, but I'm blocked by its guards. I go southeast of Samanao, entering a nearby cave. New enemies that can be found here include skeletons. They attack twice and like to lead with defense. And terror shadows. These ones are capable of casting Snow Blast. I go west and north. Theron reaches level 21, learning the Bite Kill spell to boost party members' attack strength. I then go around the wall, going south, finding stairs to the second floor. I find a string of chests along this room that have 138 gold, a strength seed that I give to Altanin, 56 gold, a wyvern wing, 568 gold, 24 gold, acorns of life that I give to Altanin, a medical herb, and 320 gold. I make a recovery trip, buying a silver shield for Eltanin, passing the iron shield to Brindar, and bronze shield to Viron. I make my way back to the second floor of the cave. Eltanin reaches level 21, learning the repel spell to prevent random encounters against weak enemies. I then go south, then north at the fork, finding a string of 3 chests that contain a vitality seed that I give to Eltanin, 24 gold, and a medical herb. I then go south at the fork, going north, then opening the east chest that has the Stone of Life. Whoever holds it resists one-shot spells. I then go back south, then east, finding stairs to the 3rd floor, going west and north, finding a chest that holds an animal suit. Not very good armor. Whoever wears it though has its sprite changed. I go back to the 2nd floor, falling down a hole back to the 3rd, opening the isolated chest here to obtain the Mirror of Ra. Hold on a moment, That looks familiar. I return to Samanao at night. The guards are ever vigilant, even now, so I go around the castle, finding a back door I can unlock. As I walk around, I find people terrified of their overlord. I go northeast, climbing up multiple stairs to the top. While there's nothing here, I can fall off to a lower floor. I do so west side. That's it! The king's chambers! I do wonder, would he be a fae? I use the Mirror of Ra. A monster is reflected in the mirror. The true identity of the king is revealed to be a boss troll. This enemy can inflict critical hits and regenerate HP. I start by casting Speed Up with Viron, and by Kill with Feron, boosting Brindar first and Eltanin. It then helps the two of them with Snow Blast. The false king is down, and everyone is rescued from the dungeons. There's a chest that has the Staff of Change. This staff temporarily changes the appearance of my party. Now that the king has been restored, he can save my game. I then make a trip for the elf village. One of the disguises I can get is that of dwarves, meaning I can make purchases at the item shop here. The inventory consists of wizard's rings, invisibility herbs, wings, powder, webs, and angel's robes. I buy an angel robe for Feron. This robe has the success chances of the beat and defeat spells. I then teleport to Sue, then move towards the new town. Viron reaches level 22, learning the beat spell. It can one-shot a single enemy. I then arrive at the new town. An inn has been established, while the item shop can now sell wings and water as well. Oranos has become quite ambitious, wanting to establish a theater here. I then go to Green Lad, exchanging the Staff of Change for the Sailor's Firebone. I teleport to Romali, then sail towards the eastern seas. I spot a ship at a distance, so I decide to board it. This seems to be the Phantom ship, crewed by skeletons. I find a demon at this ship, a mini-demon to be exact. This enemy blows cold breath and can cast Blazemore. They're kind of fragile for this point though. I then climb down, finding the rowers. Going south, entering a room with 5 chests. I open 4 of them, which contain a full moon herb, 144 gold, 136 gold, and 128 gold. I then go further south, opening a chest that has the Locket of Love. I then sail around the continent, through the north, finding a shrine near a river. The dwarf here has fought alongside Ortega. He doesn't believe he's gone though. One of the cats here tells me to go south here, in between 4 mountains. New enemies that can be found around here include Bomb Crags. They sometimes waste turns, but can also use sacrifice to wipe the party. And Avengers, enemies capable of inflicting critical hits and calling for help. I sail westward along the river. As I try to cross the strait, I'm pushed back, but if I show the Locket of Love, the spirits of Olivia and Errol will unite and move on, breaking the curse. I can now enter the nearby island shrine. The southwest cell has the spirit of Simon, who tells me to investigate his remains. Doing so uncovers the Sword of Gaia. I then make another visit to the new town, now called Oranosville. Things have gotten quite busy here. After making a visit at the theater, I'm charged an exorbitant 50,000 gold. I refuse to pay though. Since I'm Oranos' friend, it seems fine. The current inventory of the item shop now has herbs, water, wings, powder, and webs. The old man from before says that Oranos seems to be overworking the people. Sentiments of rebellion seem to be brewing. I then find the weapon shop. It sells zombie slashers, dragon killers, staves of judgment, magic armor, sacred robes, dragon mail, and silver shields. Oranos seems to have built a throne for himself. I open the nearby chests, getting 240 gold, and a luck seed that I give to Altanin. I have gotten quite a bit far this time. I established a new town, found the red orb at a pirate's den, the green orb at Tedanki, and the blue orb at the Navel of Earth near Lancel. I then went to Jipang, reading it of the Orochi, who was Himiko the whole time, getting the purple orb. I then went to Samanao, ruled by a tyrannical king, found the Mirror of Ra in a nearby cave, revealing that the king was actually a boss troll. After defeating him, I got the Staff of Change. I exchanged it with the Sailor's Firebone, boarding a phantom ship, getting the Locket of Love, which was necessary to break a curse, allowing me to enter the jail shrine. In this shrine, I got the Sword of Gaia. With this sword, I'll be able to find a path through the volcano to Necrogon, which will help me gather the rest of the orbs, finding a way to Archfiend Baramos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, as I finish the hunt for the orbs.